Well, it wasn't exactly what the doctor ordered for the Rockwall Yellowjackets in the I-30 Classic. They fall to Rockwall Heath 34-27. They are now 1-1 in district play. Hello, everybody. Chris Curtis here for the Rockwall Sportscenter Yellow Jacket update, and
Yellow jacket?
I'm joined by the lady in red. Apparently, you lost the bet, so you have to don the jersey. So
I can't breathe. These are
I know it hurts. I know it hurts in more ways than one, but. You look good though. You look good.
Huh?
You look good though. Little football days.
I did
Yeah,
some push-ups
you
beforehand.
might go right back out. There you go. Got to work out a little bit.
Back in my day, the jerseys were loose and you could move around.
That's even an old school jersey too, man.
Wow.
That's a New Balance jersey.
Man.
We don't approve that here at Rockwall
My
Sports
voice is
Center.
going to go gradually higher and higher as we go along. And if I pass out on the air, just keep rolling.
We'll just keep going.
We'll figure it out.
We'll finish this out. But of course, Rockwall does fall. They lose their first district game. I think I have this right, in 15 ball games.
Yeah.
So a lot to take in here for Rockwall. I know a lot of fans are upset about the loss. But like I said, we always say, hand off the panic button. Nothing is over. One loss can still actually even get you a district championship. So nothing to worry about here.
I'm very confident nobody's going to go undefeated in this district. If they do, that's an outstanding ball club. He still has a chance to do that, along with Longview. But yeah, it was an outstanding game. You couldn't ask for a better game, other than if you're a Yellow Jacket fan, you'd like the score to have been different. But Rockwall had their chances, and they, that game was back and forth. It was like a tennis match where, somebody had to hold serve, and who's going to make the mistake? And Rockwall had the tying touchdown that looked like, and then a penalty brought it back, and then they have another opportunity, throw an interception, and it just didn't work out for them. But a well-played ball game by both teams, and congratulations to the Hawks. It's a really, really good outing for them, and they are in the driver's seat right now as far as district goes. But we got a long way to go, and we'll see how it goes. But right now, it's kind of a neat deal already to think about, where Rockwall upset John Tyler. Heath beats Rockwall. So as the playoffs start forming here, or the playoff seedings start forming here, you'd like to think Rockwall is going to be in it at the end. They have a tiebreaker over John Tyler. Heath has a tiebreaker over Rockwall now. If John Tyler defeats Heath, then that's a whole weird deal. And you throw in Longview. Rockwall's got to play Longview next week, or coming up this week. It's going to be an exciting finish, and it doesn't matter if you're at the bottom of the rankings at 11-6A. You have a good chance to beat the team at the top. It's that even.
Absolutely. I know we all talked about, would this matchup live up to the hype? Would it be a blowout? Would Rockwall run away with it? Would Heath run away with it? I think it's exactly what we all wanted, exactly what the fans wanted, exactly what the players wanted. Just a really, really tight matchup, and it came down, like you mentioned, to the very, very end. Is this kind of how you drew this up and how you expected this ball game to go?
Well, other than I'd like it, like I said before, like the other way around. But it was, for the community, outstanding. And my voice is getting higher. But
we're about to lose him here.
I see black.
We got medics on standby.
Okay, good. But no, yes, it was the atmosphere. You can't beat it. I don't care. You go grab any other rivalry game in the state of Texas. I don't think it can compare, or it's at least, as good as any other rivalry game in Texas. That place is packed. Wilkerson Sanders, I'm assuming at least 8,000 people there. No room to move around. Both teams playing their hearts out. And it comes down to the end. It comes down just like the previous time they played. Rockwall makes a defensive stand, and they win in 2013. You turn it around, and Heath makes a defensive stand. They get the interception, and that wins it for them pretty much. And so it's what the doctor ordered as far as this community goes. Everybody's having fun, and it's great that they're both good teams. And it looks like both of them will be in it. Of course, Heath's doing very good right now, but it looks like both of them will be in it to the end.
There's something on the visitor side in that water over there. I think we established that's probably the case. That visitor side always seems to. Yeah, there's something in the water on the other side of the stadium. I don't know what it is.
One home team has won this.
Ever. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. But of course, Coach Webb has to be a little disappointed in his team's efforts here on last Friday. So we'll talk to Coach Webb and see what his thoughts are of his team's loss to the Heath Hawks.
Well, Heath played really well Friday night, and I think that's probably the first thing that ought to be said, is that they played a really good game, and they played very solid in all phases. And so certainly credit goes to them for the game they played. And for us, it's just a matter of we're continuing to work on the self-inflicted mistakes that we make, and sometimes they're mistakes that people will see from the stands, and sometimes they're mistakes that aren't necessarily as visible from the stands, but it's things that we expect our kids to do, and we've just got to be more consistent about doing them.
Well, Billy, after this great I-30 Classic, you got a Gas up the jet. Here you go again off to East Texas. You are going to Longview as the Rockwall Yellowjackets will take on the Longview Lobos. Coach King and his squad. Always a very, very good squad. They're 2-0 in district. They are tied for first now. So the Longview Lobos. Rockwall has not had a ton of success over the last few years when they've played them. It's been pretty brutal, but I think this year, a better matchup. It's going to be a close one, I think we all expect. So what do you see in Longview?
You see the same thing. You see speed, you see size, you see a very, very good football team. And they are like that no matter what level. They're at 5A. They just moved up like Heath. They move up, and they're doing well in 6A. And we expect the same thing. As far as the matchup goes and the previous times they've played, this is the most even that I think these teams have been in that time. The other times that Rockwall has played them, they've been overmatched. 2013, even when Rockwall went to the playoffs that year, Rockwall was banged up, and it was at Rockwall, and you could tell from the beginning there that the Jackets they didn't have the strength to stay with them because of the injuries. A lot of big players were out, and that was the last game of the season. But Rockwall still got in the playoffs because of another game, because Horn beat North Mesquite, and so that got him into the playoffs, and that started that ball rolling. So it's going to be a great atmosphere there. If you hadn't been out we talked about Tyler, Longview's the same way. Longview Stadium is unbelievable, Lobo Stadium. It's one of the coolest stadiums around. The pine trees surround it, and the atmosphere, those fans are nuts. But they're really nice people, and they're great people. You get there, they will greet you, they will get you everything you need, and they'll let you know we're probably going to whip up on you. They let you know that flat, the nice little old ladies, hey, hope everything's nice, but we're going to beat you. That's what they tell you. It's fun. And so I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, we got the jet ready. Captain Sully Soleberger, he's going to he's going to be our pilot again, I think. So we'll get ready and make sure all the flight attendants are available, and we'll go.
And I think if I've done my homework correctly, I think Longview was 5-1 against Rockwall. There was that one victory back in the early, I guess you call them the 10s, and nowadays, I don't know. But Rockwall hopes to make that 5-2, and that would put them right back up in the top where they belong. Of course, they're still in a playoff spot. They're still fighting for that, and they still have a very, 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 very good chance of making the playoffs. And you got to think Coach Webb is getting ready for Longview this Friday. Let's hear what he has to say about his team's chances against the Lobos.
Well, Longview is very, very good on offense this year. They've got a huge offensive line. They've got a tremendous fullback and a tremendous tailback, and so we're going to have to slow down their off-tackle stuff first and foremost, and then defensively, they're athletic. They pursue the ball very well. They're not as big as they've been defensively, but they play really hard. And so all I can say is we've got to go out there and play our best football. And in my opinion right now, I'm just concerned a lot more about the Rockwall Yellowjackets than I am Longview or anybody else down the road. I'm concerned about us playing our best football.
And, of course, Billy, we check out the District 11 6A standings. Rockwall, Heath, and Longview sit atop at 2-0. The rest is kind of up for grabs right now. And, of course, like you mentioned, Longview and Heath, they might suffer a loss here in the near future. So anything can really happen in this district. As you mentioned, each week something different does happen. And, of course, this will be the last week of play, and everybody gets a bye next week. Everyone gets the reset, get those injuries all healed up. And then Rockwall will go on a little streak here of teams that it'll be not like, oh, my gosh, here we got to play perfect, as you've mentioned before. But still have to play really, really, really good. So to kind of talk about the overall outlook for the Rockwall Yellowjackets as they continue on their journey here.
Well, the outlook is for Rockwall, like the schedule got set up where it looks like Heath is a bit of a surprise as well. I think a lot of people didn't know what Heath would do. I mean, honestly, people could say, well, they're changing their offense. How's that going to work? But it's worked out great for them. And so they are at the top of the district. That's one of the tougher teams in the district. And then you throw in Longview and John Tyler. So Rockwall's going to be playing or has played the three toughest teams, I think, in the district right now. You still got some real tough teams on the horizon with Mesquite Horn, North Mesquite, and Tyler Lee. But this, if you want to set it up and say, let's get all the tough stuff over, this is the way to set it up. And if Rockwall can go in there and escape with a victory, they're in really good shape. They're 2-1. Even if they don't win this one, 1-2, but it's going to be tight all the way through there. And, yeah, Rockwall's going to have to go on a winning streak here at some point and put it together, and we hope it starts on Friday night. And it can, because Rockwall has the talent. They know how to do it. Like in the Heath game and in previous games, it's just been mistakes or penalties that's hurt them. And like I said before, a tying touchdown called back against Heath, that changes things. There's a mistake here and there. Things are different. That's something you can correct. It's not like you're just overwhelmed and there's nothing you can do. you can correct these mistakes, you can move forward, and we all know that these Coach Webb teams, they seem to peak about halfway through district and start putting it together and make a nice run in the playoffs. So hopefully that's the same for the season.
Of course, Rockwall really could have only lost one game this entire year. It seems like those mistakes are the killer, but exactly. But like you mentioned, Longview this week, then there is a nice break. Then they can re-rack and go at it again. But hopefully Rockwall gets off right here and they get a W in the great city of Longview, Texas. So safe travels for you.
Thank you.
You can take the jersey off here in a second. I know you're looking forward to that, and I'm sure people will be giving you comments all week on that.
It's been a rough week, but I'm fine. I'm proud of it. I mean, we know a lot of kids over there and those families over in Heath too, and those guys played their tails off, and they deserve the win. So this has been good for both sides.
Absolutely, but hopefully both Rockwall ISD teams make it, and we can go on a long journey to state. Of course, you can join Billy and his crew once again at www.rockwallisd.com. I don't know if he's trying to do crunches or he's passing out, one of the two. But we'll send it off here. And don't forget, Jacket Fight never dies. We'll see you Friday night from Longview Lobo Stadium. Have a great one, everybody.